Alright, guys, today we're going to be reacting to how the public is deceived with articulate words. Thomas Sowell, jump in.
It has long been recognized that those on the political left are more articulate than their opponents. The words they choose for the things they are for or against make it easy to decide whether to be for or against those things. Are you for or against social justice? A no-brainer. Who is going to be for injustice? What about a living wage? Who wants people not to have enough money to live on? Then there is affordable housing and affordable health care. Who would want people to be unable to afford to put a roof over their heads or unable to go to a doctor when they are sick? In real life, the devil is in the details. But the whole point of
Because they're communists, man. They know how to use language. That's what it is. It's just, it's all go down to this. They're communists and Marxists, and they know how to use language. They recognize the importance of culture.
political rhetoric is to make it unnecessary for you to have to go into the specifics before taking sides. You don't need to know any economics to be in favor of a living wage or affordable housing. In fact, the less economics you know, the more you can believe in such things. Conservatives, on the other hand, have a gift for phrasing things in terms that are unlikely to arouse most people's interest, much less their support. Do words like property rights, the market, or judicial restraint make your emotions surge and your heart beat faster? There are serious reasons to be greatly concerned about all these things, but you have to have a lot more facts and more understanding of history, economics, and law before you see why. An issue can be enormously important and well within most people's understanding, yet the way words are used can determine whether people are aroused or bored. One of those issues is what legal scholars call takings. There is a masterful book with that title by Professor Richard Epstein of the University of Chicago Law School. But if you are in a bookstore and see a book with the title Takings on its cover, are you more likely to stop in your tracks and eagerly snatch it off the shelf, or to
Good point.
yawn and keep walking? Takings are not a complex idea, but it needs explaining. Let's suppose you live in a $400,000 house. If, on a Wednesday afternoon, the government announces that it is planning to redevelop the area where your home is located, that is, demolish the area so that something else can be built there, by Thursday morning, your $400,000 house could become a $200,000 house. The market reacts very quickly in anticipation of future events. Several years later, when the government actually gets around to demolishing the area, they may offer you $200,000 for your property, or perhaps $150,000.
That is so crazy, man. That is insane, bro. And this is what happened. If you at least don't know how this game is played, you can see how you can easily get played. Demolishing certain areas or certain buildings, knowing. Let's say that certain areas are going to be demolished close to your house, and those things really do increase the value of your house. I mean, if you're not thinking about just staying in that house, you might as well just sell it, man. But the left is very good with that stuff, man. They're very good.
If they use an appraiser who knows that he is more likely to get more business from the government if his estimates are on the low side rather than the high side. In either case, you are out at least a couple of $100,000. Has the government taken that much from you without paying you the full compensation for your property, as required by the Constitution of the United States?
Oh, really?
Such theoretical questions were made vividly real, and people were lividly outraged when the Supreme Court in 2005 declared that governments at all levels had the power to seize private property, not only for such government activities as building reservoirs or highways, but also for turning the property over to private developers to build shopping malls, casinos, or whatever.
Wow.
The Constitution says that government can take private property for public use if it compensates the owner.
Wow.
The Supreme Court changed that to mean that the government could take private property just to turn it over to others, so long as they called it a public purpose, like redevelopment. Politicians are experts at rhetoric, especially if that.
It's funny that they have to put Obama here because he was the smartest and the most sneaky politician that I ever experienced in the political realm in the United States. Such a sneaky guy, man. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky guy. Every time that somebody talk about politics, he's the guy they always pop in my head. This guy is such a sneaky.
Is all that is needed to justify seizing your home and turning it over to someone else who will build something that pays more taxes. All hell broke out once people now understood that the issue called takings was about politicians being able to seize their property virtually at will for someone else's benefit. But it was a liberal court decision, not the words of conservatives, which created that understanding.
But again, what did the conservatives did? What the conservatives did? I mean, not my God, my bad, folks. I got kind of late over here, Wisconsin. But conservatives they never stopped none of this nonsense. I don't know what the hell they're conserving. I don't know what they're conserving. They're not conserving culture. They're not conserving language. We have people putting tampons on bathrooms and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes you ask, like, what the hell's going on here? I mean, are these people are really there to conserve something, or they just trying to conserve, or just not conserve, but at least slow down this massive progressive ideology that's just going 1,000 miles per hour? I never tell this story, but I went to a public library here in Wisconsin, and there was tampons in it. I mean, it's insane to even think about that. How? It's not like Wisconsin's the most liberal state. So where's the conservatives trying to conserve even privacy or dignity for the male gender? It's one of the weirdest thing ever, man. I'm never gonna understand that. And you'll be surprised. Obama really woke a lot of people up. Not because he did a good job, because it was bad. He was bad. A lot of promises that he did never happened to be into fruition. The Obamacare, keep your doctor. You cannot keep your doctor. Also, then these plans are costing like $1,500 per family. It's insane. And then the guy, has some weird secrets as well. Like, man, you can smell it. All of a sudden, he has millions of dollars on top of that. There's a lot of things, man. And the thing is that Obama's not the only one. Like, you have multiple lefty Democrats politicians doing the same thing. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one.